Montreal, Tampa, game 2. Tonight, Connor Geekie rotates out for Scat Sabourin.
I'm a scat man.
Scat Sabourin. Let me try that again. Connor Geekie is rotating out tonight for Scott Sabourin. Scott Sabourin, who recently got his butt knocked out by Arbor-Jacquet.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Charles-Edouard Dastou recently got knocked out of the game by Josh Anderson. He'll be replaced with Declan Carlisle, who recently got knocked out of the game by Josh Anderson. Can't help but feel like Tampa Bay is kind of like painting themselves into a corner here. Nevertheless, the narrative has been that the Montreal Canadiens stole Game 1 from the undefeatable Tampa Bay Lightning. Can the Canadiens repeat their success from Game 1? Or will Tampa Bay tie the series up at 1? Let's talk about it.
Well, let's say the name of one of our teammates on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, Slav.
I was going to do this video like I normally do the video, but I think it's more cathartic when I let you know I just finished watching the game. And these are my thoughts about it. The Montreal Canadiens lost Game 2. I will do the recap as I normally do, but right off the bat, this doesn't worry me at all. My only worry going into the series was that they wouldn't pick up a win in Tampa. I thought potentially Tampa would find a way at home to stifle the Habs. And they didn't do that, and not only did they not do that, but this game felt like the win-o-meter for the Habs was like way up there. They probably deserve to win this one, but the puck bounces the way that it wants to. Before we get started, thank you so much for your support. You guys have been incredible. The comments, amazing. So many excellent comments, personal comments. I love seeing that. This community is amazing. The Habs community, the hockey community, because there's individuals that are in this channel that just love hockey. You guys are the nicest, most thoughtful fans. It's incredible reading comments in a comment section online on the internet and it not just being negative garbage. So again, thank you so much for your support. If you're new to this community, why not hit the subscribe button? I'd love to have you as part of this community. We are steadily climbing towards 24,000 subscribers. Can you help me get there? Everyone else, don't worry about it. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Well, we already talked about subscribing. Hype the video. You can hype the video on mobile devices, on the cellular telephones. Alors, on commence avec la formation de départ. Tonight's starting lineup. Who played in tonight's game? Well, it's not, there's no real surprises here. Nos attaquants, our forwards. Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Texier, Newhook, Demidov, Bolduc, Kapanen, Doc, Evans, Deneau, Anderson. Nos défenseurs, our defensemen, Matheson, Carrier, Goalie, Hutson, Struble, Jacquet. Nos gardiens, our goalies, Dobes, Fowler. So how's this thing run out? Well, we start in the first period, you know, like we usually do, not the second or third period. It's always the first one that comes first. Montreal early is working Tampa really hard. Where the first game felt like they were just both going full tilt, this time it feels more calculated. Montreal seems to be the ones that are choosing to set the tone, but is Tampa lulling them into like a false sense of security? Not really, actually. No, not really. Less than 3 minutes in, Newhook and Hutson look like they're going to crack it open, but Vasi gets his blocker on it. And I want to say, so far, the officials have shown restraint. The first game, they were pretty heavy on the whistle, but at a certain point, they had to be. And it kind of goes that way in this game as well. But so far this game, it's been all Habs. So naturally...
Shot blocked by goalie with those 6 goals. Hagel's got another.
Yeah, Hagel makes it 1-0. They score first. The crummy thing here is he just throws it at the net. I don't think I have the clip of it, but they show the replay. He looks down at his stick and he looks up for a split second, throws it to the net, goes in. Dobes would probably like to have this one back. But speaking of Dobes, the rest of the game, he was lights out. So this is where it starts. Lilleberg starts the scrums. Behind the net, we get some nasty stuff. The tone of the game definitely changes at this point, and the referees have to try to manage it. As I mentioned, Lilleberg started all this behind the net, but when we come back from commercial break, for some mind-boggling reason, Tampa is the one that get the power play. Montreal does kill that, but later on a delayed penalty, Tampa is trying to kill time so Kucherov can catch his breath on the bench. He jumps on the ice, and it turns out to be a bad decision because he takes an interference call immediately on Doc, sends him over his shoulders. So a scrum breaks out in back of the Montreal net, and Perry takes off his gloves immediately, finds the smallest guy, Carrier, in the scrum and starts to take it out on him. So thank you, Perry. He gets the extras here. Montreal on the power play when it looked like they were going to be on the penalty kill. They cut to commercial. We come back. I honestly thought this had a chance to be 5-on-3, but it's a 2-minute power play. The official, Leclerc, makes the call, and listen to this. They obviously have no idea what they're doing, which does not surprise me.
On the play to start with, we got number 8 for Montreal. They had like a minor for high sticking. Number 86 for Tampa.
Oh, it's like a high stick, high stick. A stick went too high. So the Habs go on a power play. Can they capitalize? They've been pretty hot.
Suzuki, Caulfield gives it back. Suzuki, no shooting lane. Hutson fires, scores! And
they only needed 2 minutes. Hutson makes it 1-1, ties the game up. Shot from the top of the house here, goes off of Vasi's chest, and in, simple as that. Throw the puck around, you're going to get rewarded. So far, yeah, rewarded on 2 shots that just the puck was thrown in. I wanted to mention that goal that Hagel got on Dobes. It was the first shot of the game. I thought that was the kiss of death. We don't want to go back to letting the first shot go in. Now we see Bolduc get cross-checked in the back. Paul is going to go to the box. Tampa fans didn't like this. Cooper didn't like it. And yeah, I have to admit, this was a pretty weak call. This is not a playoff call. But Montreal has to take them where they get them because, talking about high chance opportunities this game, Montreal had more, and Montreal definitely also had more missed penalties, although there were a lot of missed penalties all around. On the power play, Montreal isn't able to make anything happen this time, and as the period expires, Tampa starts a scrum again. So the period's expiring really quick before they cut to commercial. You do hear the officials say that Tampa has collected a penalty. So you're expecting as a Montreal fan that you're going to come back and watch your guys on the power play. But we come back to find out that Xhekaj must have done something to hurt somebody's feelings because he has an unsportsmanlike penalty. Did he say something rude to someone in the back, like by the drinking fountain, by the locker rooms or something? And now early on, Demidov finds Slav backdoor, but Vasilevsky finds the save. This is a huge one, but there's a bigger one coming. This is quite fun. Slavkovsky decides to drop the gloves with Hagel. And Slav looks really good initially. I was kind of worried for Hagel here, but then Hagel gets a little rabbit punch on Slav. He gets him right on the chin, surprises him. He goes down, he immediately gets back up and wants to keep going, but the refs say they're not allowed. Then Hagel from the box says he put Slav to sleep, which is pretty embarrassing because he didn't. I can't imagine what's going through his head when he's doing this. Still in the second period, Tampa fans are thrilled by the fight from their Canadian player Hagel, and they're chanting, USA, USA. Then Xhekaj flattens Yanni Gourde. On the other end of the sheet, Deneau misses an open net. At this point, I think it probably could have been 5-2 for Montreal, but the goalies have been good and the posts have been good too. Now we see comic book villain Kucherov threaten to murder the linesman for calling him offside. This probably could have been an unsportsmanlike penalty, but they've already given Kucherov his maximum allotted 1 penalty per game, so we're not going to see any more. Or are we? Kucherov dives here immediately after he threatens to murder the linesman, and I am mind blown. They're giving him an embellishment call. Nah, just kidding. They're giving Caden Gooley a penalty here for hooking. Wow. Bad look, Kucherov. And still in the second period, Matheson gives his guy way too much room here. There's a scramble in front of the net. The Habs get lucky. Tampa keeps pouring it on. It starts to feel like the ice is starting to tilt a little bit. Dobes gets a piece of point here. This shot was like a hair away from going in. This was a good one. So with Tampa pouring it on and having a little bit of momentum, it really feels like they're going to be the next ones to capitalize.
Evans tying up Lilleberg in front, scores! Josh Anderson!
But they don't. Anderson. Playoff Anderson. You gotta love it. Of course it's Anderson. Hard work all around here by this line. The fourth line was so good. But I was getting a little bit frustrated with Deneau here until he did this. He was battling and battling. He won 2-3 battles here in order to get it in front to Anderson who scores. And now with less than a minute left, Suzuki, Caulfield, Slav, tic-tac-toe. But tic-tac, no. Vasilevsky makes a big save, but they are able to draw a penalty here. Nothing happens on the power play. They go in the third period. Third period, Moser puts one off the post. Again, Tampa continuing to try to respond. And now we see Xhekaj piling up the trash in the corner. Time is starting to tick down. Can Montreal hold on?
That's broken up by Caulfield. Slavkovsky. That's intercepted. Here's Hagel.
No, they can't. No. 2-2. It's tied. And it's Kucherov. This is basically the worst thing that could have happened because this was pretty ugly. Slav, he sends out a blind pass, which is a tape-to-tape turnover. The puck gets put on net, but it finds its way behind the net. Kucherov goes back and he swiftly picks up the puck. Caulfield can't keep up with Kucherov and he wraps it in. Later on in the period, time is really ticking down now. It looks like we're going to overtime, but on the power play, Hutson rings one off the post with less than a minute left in regulation. An inch to the left. Yeah, that's a goal. So you see what I say, like I'm not worried about this one. Habs had so many opportunities to capitalize. Tampa did have their opportunities as well. It's just I'm waiting for somebody to post something saying that, you know, the Habs had 17 high danger chances, 5-on-5 or something like that, because it felt that way. So as usual, we need more than 60 minutes. We go into overtime. In overtime, we see Hutson play this really well, but Struble gets a little distracted, loses sight of his guy. I think he was worried that Hutson needed more help than he did. And Dobes makes what I think is the biggest save of the night. So can Montreal punch back?
And a big one there by Cirelli. Here's JJ Moser. Shoot!
It's the game-winning goal by Moser, but Kucherov does the game-winning play here. He runs interference on Doc. I see Montreal get burned for this so often, but the refs don't detect the interference. The pick here by Kucherov, plus they can't give him another penalty or they'd be fined. What happens is Doc is a few steps behind his opponent, which is Moser. That's his guy. He isn't able to pick him up. He wraps around, he finds a bunch of space, takes his shot. It's a good shot. Dobes can't find it with his glove. 3-2 for Tampa. The series is tied at 1. I don't know if I have to say anything else. I'm like I said, I'm not worried. The whole narrative about, oh, John Cooper said that he didn't give the respect to the Canadiens digging deep in the game, and that the Canadiens stole one from the Tampa Bay Lightning in Game 1. That's trash. The Tampa Bay is having such a difficult time with Montreal. The only thing I worry about is, does Montreal have the legs? Do they have the vitality to make it all the way to the end while still looking strong? Younger team should have no excuse. Strong legs. Come on, guys. With Corey Perry's old bones, I don't know what he's going to look like game 3 or game 4. So they head home to the Bell Center. We will meet again. When are we going to meet again? On Friday. That's going to be a killer one. So excited for game 3. It's going to be a big one at home. I so want them to have a statement game, the first game back at the Bell Center. Let's see if they can do it. Hope your spirits are high, because mine are. I'm loving this hockey. They lost tonight, but if they played like this all season, oh man, you're starting to see where the weak links are. We'll talk more about that, but I want to stay away from any sort of negativity. I thought that Gallagher would get a shot today. I'll say that. And I'll say that Kapanen, Doc, and Bolduc, probably my least favorite line. I don't think that's controversial. The thing is, they're doing a lot of things right, and they're just not, it's timing, or it's luck in some cases, but they have to have that Brendan Gallagher mentality, the warrior, fight until the puck is out of your reach type mentality. That's going to do it for me, guys. I got to edit this video real quick and get to bed, because today, it is today. Today's a big day for me. Hope you guys have a good one. Take care of yourselves, and you guys know what to do. Like the video, it helps me out with, I don't know, probably something. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.